So now that we've done our extrusion to mock things up, um, note that we've actually got 5 sections here because of how I did my contours, and we only have 4 pieces of wood, so we can't use all of this information here. If I'm gonna just zoom in here, if I wanted to get rid of this top layer, for instance, just click and drag from the right to the left and just make sure that you're actually touching those top elements, and those will get selected. So I could get rid of those like that. That could be one option, or perhaps if I really want that top information, maybe I get rid of this base instead. Either way, I want to make sure that I just have 4 layers because that's what I'm going to be able to use. If you opt to get rid of that base, you also have to consider what happens with something like this, and it could be that that's part of the design in the end. Maybe you want something that's an island unto itself, but keep in mind that only wherever these things are touching are they going to be connected, obviously. So that's something to consider anyways. I'm going to get rid of this top layer, and to get rid of all these surfaces, because there's a lot of individual pieces here, it's simple enough to just type cell SR SRF SEL SRF, and oh, actually it's cell polysurf, and that'll select all the poly surfaces in here. And now that that's selected, I can just drag to get rid of those. So I'm back to just my original curves. These are still grouped. In my case, I want to get rid of one of these sets, so I'm going to just delete that, for instance. Now you'll notice that these are on different heights, and to bring them so that they're on the same height, what I'm going to do is go into transform and project to C-plane. So it asks me to select the objects. I'm just going to click and drag in my perspective view and then press enter. Do I want to delete the input objects? Yes. And boom, it just dropped everything, so it's now all flat on the same plane. Now, pretty helpful thing that I just figured out here too is rather than just dragging these out into space, it would actually I think it would make more sense to make a copy of these. So I'm actually going to start a copy command and just click somewhere to snap to it and drag it out and make a few copies. We're going to make 4 copies because we have 4 layers. This first set here, I can just go ahead and select everything except that outer box and get rid of it. So that's going to be one print job. The next print job, I'm going to basically go ahead and select and delete everything except for one of these layers. And I'm going to do the same again. So I'm basically going to keep this original box here as a registration tool for all these, and that could be really useful when it comes to realigning things afterwards. And this final one, I want to actually get rid of that and that. No, screwed up. There we go. No, still screwed up. Oh gosh. You get the idea, don't you? Actually, that's kind of funky down there. Oh, that's not crossing over. Okay. So these are all the individual pieces that I need now, and now this would be time to set up for printing. Again, we would start with a 10-inch by 7.5-inch piece of paper if we were going to tile this, and I would sort of drop this close to my first and then do my copy this way. So copy that, tile it out, this. Like that. And then obviously go to print from this like we did before. If you know someone up on the 5th floor who can print a 23-inch across in one shot, great. You can use that to your advantage. If not, you'll have to resort to this. This first one isn't so critical, but obviously these ones here are going to be much more so. So as far as registering things, you might want to drop some dots on here to label within the program. And again, that's just done with the DOT, and then typing whatever text you want, and then placing a dot somewhere like that. So you'll have to do that for all of these here, and then print them out to scale. Thanks for watching, guys.